Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to Pokémon Ultra Moon. We're on Mount Lanakila.
Yeah.
And we're gonna fight this guy.
It's like Victory Road, you said.
Yeah.
Dug the tunnels, we made the path. Now we're gonna challenge the challenger.
Yeah.
Work is never done. Seriously, if they made this, can't they just go home? Or it's like, nope, you gotta keep staying here and be called Ovid.
Oh no, I forgot something.
What did you forget?
Forget.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
I wanted to get like one of the Pokemon books so we can go through the Hoenn Dex and point out all the doubles.
We don't gotta do that. I can do it from my mind power.
No.
Okay, get it.
It's the blue one.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm being sent to get a book.
You don't have to like go. It's like 2 meters away. The only difference is that you won't be able to hear the game sound without your headphones.
I'm far away right now.
Oh no, when will she be back? Oh, she's here.
I'm almost there.
Maybe I should switch out.
Okay. This is gonna turn into Pokemon lesson story time.
Yeah, I have like a Pokédex book.
A
like,
Pokemon guidebook.
Yeah.
Where does the Pokédex start?
It's just a Pokédex.
Okay, where's
for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, these are Kantos, I mean, Sinnoh. Okay, but first we got the starters, of course, these are the starters, they are not duo stuff. I mean, right away we got like, what's it called, Poochyena and Zigzagoon, they're kind of like a duo, because normally in these games you get like an early creature that's like some sort of, you know, mouse or whatever. And in this game you get like two. You get, I mean, Poochyena is less of the typical early rodent, but you know, it's still a pretty thing that, a pretty tiny Pokemon that's like a mammal that you get early in the game. And it's even like in, this challenge is something else, definitely one that won't be beaten easily. In fact, I lost.
Also, just for us, you might figure like the booklet is in German, so
Yeah,
please excuse like moments of having to think of English names.
I don't know all the English names by heart, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I have heard every English name at some point, but my brain doesn't retain everything. Anyway, what I want to say is, like, depending on if you're, like, in Sapphire and Ruby, the professor will be chased by a Poochyena at the start, and in Emerald it will be Zigzagoon instead. You know?
I didn't know that it's a Zigzagoon and Emerald, because I've only ever seen, like, the...
Yeah, I guess they thought, like, it's different, so cool. And then, like, right after that, we get, like, Wurmple. And Wurmple is kind of like, you know, Wurmple is, of course, alone, but then its whole deal is that it has two evolutions. And, like, either into... Silcoon and Cascoon. Silcoon and Cascoon, yeah.
Which evolve into Beautifly and... Dustox.
And, like, this is even interesting because many people are unsure how it's determined. Some people think it's like based on gender or like whatever, or like based on if it loves you, but it's actually like based on the Wurmple's like you know, like it's I'm not sure if I think it's based on the IVs, like the individual value, you know.
Yeah, so it's definitely like
it's based on some stat that you can't see.
Yeah.
So it's like
you have to keep trying.
Well, kinda. I mean, I think there's some ways to see IVs. I don't know if they're actually like normal or if that's like a hack, but I know there's people who can do that. And then it doesn't stop. Next Pokemon family line, it just keeps going. It's like Lotad, the Lotad line, and then the Seedot line. They're also duels. They're both yokai-based Pokemon.
They're both yokai-based, and like in Japanese and in German, their names,
yes,
like
Lord Totsul and Zamotsu.
Yeah.
But again, I think Lotad and Seedot are supposed to be together, but the similar way their names flow. Yeah, they're a Kappa and a Tank, respectively. Also, they're both plants. Never forget the plants. Yeah, and then normally in a game you get an early bird, and in this game you get two early birds. You get Wingull and Swallow?
Yeah,
Swallow. I don't know what's Swallow and the Taillow. Which one is which?
I think that's Swallow and that's Tailor. Like,
maybe,
like in that order.
Yeah. The viewers didn't see what you pointed at.
Yeah, Swallow is the tiny one and
Tailor is the big
evolution.
One. Yeah,
that's added me Please correct if I'm wrong.
Yeah, just the tiny one is like zoomed around. The tiny one is Swallow. Yeah, I don't know. It's like interesting. Also, you could say, well, Wingull is technically more special because it's water type, but it's also kind of like, you know.
You can't have both be a normal flying type, you know?
Yeah, that would be boring. That would be like Gen 1, and we aren't about that. But yeah, you got like, and also I brought up Gen 1 because of like Firo and Pidgey, but here you got like, they both have one evolution, you know, like 2 family members. So they're like perfectly in sync.
Which also isn't very usual for the bird, you know?
Yeah, usually it's
like Sparrow and Pharaoh had Spiro and Firo had just 2, but you know, usually the early bird, like Spiro, isn't.
Well, it kind of depends because before that we had Gen 2 where we got Hoot Hoot.
Oh, I always forget about Hoot Hoot.
I guess
because you can also get
you can
Pidgey.
But
this is where you came in.
It's also like what I said about the duality, like Taillow is more like a bird that lives on land, and Wingull is a bird that lives by the sea, you know? Yeah.
Sea.
Then we got the Rels family line. I'm not sure if there's anything you'd really call a counterpart to the Rels line, so that's kind of like one where we feel like, oh, that's not a dual one. But technically, if you think about it, Rels is the starter Pokemon of Wally, so in that sense, it's like it presents as a counterpart to your normal starters. You know, it will be the counterpart to whatever you picked as your starters, so to speak. I mean, this is probably stretching it, but you know, I think it's still notable that it took us this long until we found one where there isn't a direct comparison.
Yeah, I also like how later, like, Gardevoir gets, like, Gallade, which obviously isn't, like, from the original Dex, but, you know.
Then Gallade and Gardevoir can be duels.
Yeah.
It's time to duel! Yeah. I'm not sure if you would consider it that, but would you feel that, like, Surskit and Shroomish are, like, duality? I think just because of their placement in the Dex, they kind of felt like that to me.
Yeah, I felt like kind of a connection between what's it called?
Shroomish and Breloom.
Like Breloom and like Medicham.
Really? I didn't.
Because it's like a psychic and a fighting type, you know?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go to that later.
Yeah.
Then you got I guess if you want, you could act like, you know, the sloth line. What's it called? Slackos? It's like, you could say that's the duality to Gardevoir, because one is ugly and one is beautiful. No, I joke. If you want. Then we got the Ninkadas.
I joke if you want.
Ninkada is an interesting one. That with Ninkada you got like Ninjask and no, it's called different in English. But you know the ghost Ninkada.
Yeah.
Shedinja,
yeah.
Shedinja and Ninjask, they're kind of like the duality. So again, we got a bug that has a dual evolution where it's presented as duality. Like one is the actual cicada that keeps on living, the other is the shell that's left behind. Then we got Whismur.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about Whismur as an...
Yeah.
For this, for the sloths, because these are like the loud ones and these are like the...
Well, the middle sloth is pretty loud. What's it called? I don't know.
I can't remember.
Slackos, Evil Sloth. I don't know their names. Slackoth is one of them. I don't know which one is Slackoth. I think the first one is Slackoth. I don't know. We got Whismur. Whismur is another trio line. So with Gardevoir, Slackoth, and Whismur, we kind of got
a couple of trios.
Yeah, like 3 big 3-guy families, so to speak. But they're all normal, so to speak. I mean, you know, Rawls isn't normal, but it looks like, you know, it doesn't look like some animals, so they're average. So you were saying that you think Medicham.
Oh yeah, I guess these.
Yeah, Medicham to me is more like a match. You can't say it when they can't see what I'm looking at now. Medicham is more like a fit for, like, I don't know their names. Hariyama, the punching bag Pokemon and the sumo Pokemon. What's the English name of Makuhita? It's probably just Makuhita again.
I'm gonna
look it up. You gotta fight the black belts 2 at once, Lou.
We may be away from our home, but our fighting daughter travels with us, and all are welcome. Maybe you can look like the list of like the decks.
I'm just gonna go Margarita. Yeah, it's also Margarita in English, so I didn't even have to try. I like how they look completely identical, the two guys here.
Yeah, Alan and Amar.
I hope this isn't too boring when I'm just reading stuff, but this is the stuff that interests me.
And me.
Yeah. Then we got Azurill. Azurill was introduced in this gen, I'm pretty sure. But by introducing Azurill, we kind of got like the duality between Marill and Pikachu again, so to speak. I mean, they are not true duels because Marill doesn't evolve via stone. Yeah. But I think there's still people associated with each other.
Especially since like Marill was like known as like Pika-Blue.
But I don't know if Game Freak would care about that.
Yeah,
it's like something American fans said. Nesknet, what's it called in English? Nesknet, Nosepass. Nosepass is kind of a weird one. He's kind of going alone, standing alone here. I don't know if I could really call anything its counterpart, not from the top of my head. But I think it's also kind of like an interesting Pokemon when it comes to its gimmick because it's a compass. I think that's a unique way of having a rock type without it just being another rock with arms again, you know?
Yes.
Then we got Skitty and Delcatty. Yeah.
Skitty and Skidaddle.
They're more like, you know,
cute.
Your cute animal in between. I don't know if I would consider it in duality with anything. But then we got Sableye and what's it called, Mawile. I think those are obvious duels. And then in Omega and Alpha they got like Megaforms together, focusing.
Which I really like that they like their Megaforms like didn't break the duo.
Yeah, because usually Megaforms do that, which is annoying. And also they even focused on the duality by having one be defense focused and the other would be attack focused. Then we got, I don't know, Aaron, Lairon, and the big one. Aggron, I think.
Aggron, yeah.
These are kind of like your pseudo-legendary, so these are also kind of like on their own. They're like the big Tyranitar kind of guy. Yeah, then we got Medicham again. I think Medicham is more like with Margarita, which one is more like the spiritualist fighter, and the other is more like the heavyweight fighter. Not that those can't be spiritual either. Ooh, what did Medicham did get a cool Megaform in this gen. I forgot this existed. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Bell and we lost. The next one is interesting. We got like, I don't know, the lightning dogs. Electrize, dog, Sparky. My friend Sparky the dog. Those... Sometimes, in my mind, I associate them with Poochyena, actually, because they're both dogs and they got a similar, like, level up. Though, in, like, a meta sense, combining all gens, they often get paired with Houndoom because they're, like, a fire dog and electric dog, which is kind of interesting to me. I like when they introduce Pokemon that make a duo with something from an older gen to, like, you know, make them flow together mentally. Oss! The guys next to me said Oss, too. Put your strength into the air below your belly button. He did not say that! Yeah,
and then one also got a Mega Evolution.
Yeah. And then we got Plusle and Mine. Yeah, and I think, didn't Houndoom also get a Mega Evolution?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then Plusle and Mine, I don't think you could be any more obvious about the duality being a theme in the gen. When you got the Pikachu clone that's just a duo. Yeah. And then Volbeat and Illumise. Yeah, some say it Illumise. They're even a male and female. Then we got Roselia, it's kind of its own. Could you maybe consider Roselia a counterpart to Nosepass?
Also, it has like 2 flowers which are like red and blue. It's like ruby and sapphire.
Yes. It got like 2 family members in Gen 4, so it's kind of like, wow, amazing. But right now it's just one tiny flower on its own. Oh, and then we got Swallowed and the other one. It's friend. Swallowed and Swallowed Mom. Or the other way around. Gulpin and Swallowed. I think Gulpin is even the baby.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe these could be considered a counterpart to Skitty because one is beautiful and the other is ugly.
No!
Yeah,
you know, boo.
I'm sometimes reaching as I'm reading this you don't gotta
some
combine
of these are more obvious than others, and like some are like reaching and like maybe.
Yeah, I think not all. You don't gotta put all of them into those, but I feel like
there's definitely a pattern like visible.
Yeah, there's
overall in the.
What I also wanted to say is like I think it's kind of fun to look for these dualities for yourself. You know, which Pokemon do I like to see together, even if maybe they aren't intended to be that way.
For example, I really like Melodic and Gyarados.
Yeah, but I think these are more obvious as an intended
Yeah, definitely.
Pattern. Okay, Paprika is dead.
Paprika!
I forgot how Mega Sharpedo looks like, and now I'm looking at it like, no.
Please.
Why? Yeah, the Sharpedo line is an obvious like counterpart to the Velma line, in my opinion. Kinda, in the sense of whale and sharks, but you of course also got like the Camerupt line.
Yes.
They are also kind of like a counterpart to them. Maybe they could be a trio. I don't know why I'm so giddy about this, but I love talking about my favorite gen because, you know, Camerupt is a Pokemon associated with like Maxie, and then Sharpedo is a Pokemon associated with Archie.
Archie, yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of like together. Cortul is another weird one that's alone and never even got an evolution, and sometimes
that's okay.
Yeah. As a kid, I thought like, oh, maybe this is the evolution of Camerupt because it was also fire.
Yeah,
but even though this is a turtle and the other is a camel.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a very tiny little baby, I thought that like what's it called? Austos?
Yeah, it's called Cloyster.
That Cloyster evolves into Nebulak because Ghastly because their body looks the same, and like Ghastly follows Cloyster. It's like, oh, it gets free of its shell.
And we got Spoink and Grumpig. How frustrating. The guy next to me feels frustrated too.
Oh no, I'm losing my strength.
It would be funny if he said, I feel completely at peace. Yeah, Spoink and Grumpig, they're more like... There's a Spoink, I meant Spoink. Is it called that in English? I think it was. They're also more like, you know...
Maybe.
A dual family.
It's this little spring piglet.
Yeah, I think that's clear, but they're kind of like another dual family. You can probably put them with another dual family if you want, but you don't have to. And then there's Spinder, which is more like a gimmick Pokemon. So, because of its gimmickness, you know, the sense that it has the different patterns, in my mind I was associated with Kecleon, which was another gimmick Pokemon standalone that you find in this gen. Oh shit, are we almost there? Maybe we should go back and heal.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, we're talking about Gen 3 right now.
But I don't want to interrupt.
We're almost done anyway. Like, now we get to, what's it called? The Antlion Dragon.
I think I'm just gonna heal with like because it's so far back, you know, and I've got to fight so many Pokemon on the way.
To me, the Antlion Dragon, whose name I can't remember, is like a counterpart to Salamence, because they're both dragons that start on something that can't fly. The Cactus line, which is another dual family, and the Swablu line, which is nice, it's another dual. So you could put them together. Oh, then Seviper and
Zangoose
and Lunatone and Solrock.
Yeah, it just pretty obvious, those two.
It just keeps going like that, you know. I don't think we should go to the rest of this because the episode is running short and we are before a plot. But I think you can kind of see what I mean at this point, right?
Yeah, I also like Shuppet, Shuppet, Banette, and like Duskull.
Duskull, yeah.
Duskull.
Yeah. Just going through a little, see if there's anyone I want to point out. Oh yeah, Clamperl and its dual evolution is also interesting.
Yeah, I really like them.
Especially because the Clamperl's evolutions, Gorbis and the other guy, they might be based on like an unused Pokemon from Gen 2, you know, like what's it called?
I'm just gonna do some Poke petting.
Yeah, Ikari or whatever it was called. Yeah. And I think Loftisk and Relicanth are kind of like a duo because they're fishes that don't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we also have like duels in the legendaries, like with Latias and Latias.
Latias and Latios, and then Growl and Kyogre. Like, even if not everything I said, like, it fits exactly, you know, it depends on how you see it. There's a lot of them that are clearly intentional.
Yeah, like
duos. And
like the one that's very obvious are like Puzzle and Mine and Illumise and Volbeat, and then like Solrock and
of course,
Lunatone.
Of course, like duos exist in other gens too, but I feel in Gen 3 there was an especially strong focus on almost every family being a duo to another family.
I don't know if you pointed that out like last episode or if we talked about it off screen, but like Gen 3 also like introduced double battles and stuff like that, you know.
I think we said that on camera.
Yeah, so...
And even had 2 villain teams just to drive home how much it is about duality.
Mm.
And I liked it. I liked that it had this really strong theme and message that was like shown even down to the design of the Pokemon.
It was also like, I think the first game where like the other player plays a role, the one that you don't pick.
Where you have another main character, so to speak. Also the first gen where you could pick a girl from the start. I mean, in Crystal you could be a girl, but like only once Crystal came out.
Yeah.
With this one, it was like 2 protagonists like designed specially for you from the start, and they both had a role in the game. Like, I mean, of course, no matter who you pick, you'd be the gym leader's son. But design-wise, of course, like Brandon's obviously designed to be Norman's kid, and May's obviously designed to be Birch's kid. Is it Birch? Yeah, Birch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I really like Gen 3.
We should
play it.
I'm not biased. I don't know. I know why Gen 3 wasn't well liked when it came out by people who were already playing Pokemon at the time, because like it removed some features that they had liked. It
the
no
day
longer,
and night cycle.
Yeah, no longer day and night cycle. There was no specific events based on which day on the week it was, I think, or maybe it was, but they weren't as obvious anymore. And like you couldn't trade your Pokemon from Gold and Silver over, which was a big thing between Red and Blue and Gold and Silver. It was physically impossible in this case. But like I can see why when that's what you're used to, that would be a huge turnoff.
Yeah.
But as someone who started with Gen 3, like these things didn't bother me and everything else is just awesome, so whatever, I don't care. You even had 2 bikes.
Yes.
You could choose between fast bike and cool bike. That's the true duality of man, fast bike and cool bike.
There's 2 types of people.
If that doesn't show you that the core theme of the very spirit of
it
this
also
game.
like introduced contests like as a counter, like as an opposite to like Pokemon battles, you know.
Yeah, of course battles still had a higher focus, but it was kind of like showing the different ways Pokemon could be trained in an in-universe sense. And it introduced giving your Pokemon little snacks, so it's the best gen.
Hi, Squiddies. Yeah.
Pet me.
I really, really like that game.
I don't know about you. Personally, I didn't have as much fun with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but it's kind of because, you know, it's different when you play it as a little kid and have never seen something like this before, you know?
Well, I only got to experience the original through you, because I never got to play it myself, because I was too tiny.
My tiny hands couldn't push the buttons without breaking.
Wait, well,
I got Sapphire.
Yeah, I think like one of the reasons why you did like get it was because you were already like on the new school and you were on the train for so long, so you needed something to like the train ride from our home to the school took like 1 hour, and then also like
back then the trains were not as fast, so it was like 1.5 hours.
Yeah, and meanwhile, at that time I was still going to the local school, so like 10 minutes by foot. And then I'm home, and Len and I could play together. Meanwhile, you would be on the train, like with Mom. So.
And later I was on the train alone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess that's why we love Gen 3.
Because I was on the train. I guess next time we'll do the plot of this game. I don't know what this is.
Nah.
This isn't Gen 3. Also, I can see why you're cold.
Okay,
Put on
so
some sleeves.
we see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.